Hello everyone and welcome to today's Stocks and Crypto YouTube Charts video. I am No FOMO Charts. Today is Friday, May 6, 2026. It's about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome everyone. This is a swing trading and investing YouTube Charts channel where I go over my weekly watch list and interesting chart events using technical analysis and stock charts. Earnings releases. Upcoming, we have earnings from Circle, AST Space Mobile, Hims and Hers Health, Rigetti Computing, D-Wave Quantum, Alibaba, Cisco, and Applied Materials, just to name a few. Some of these are meme stocks, some of these are quantum, some of these are overseas global chip companies as well. Upcoming IPOs. We have two interesting AI new IPOs. BXDC, Blackstone Digital AI Infrastructure Trust REIT, Real Estate Trust. This is going to be reportedly the first time that real estate investors, retail investors, can invest in AI digital infrastructure, new real estate acquisitions. Going to be really interesting next week. CBRS, Cerebras Systems, also a large AI chip company, very similar to CoreWeave, but they have investment from OpenAI deal. Recent news, stock market earnings season continues. Many major global companies already reported earnings. Intel and Apple reached a preliminary deal for Intel to manufacture some chips for Apple devices. AMD reported increased EPS and revenue. Apple also reported increased EPS and revenue. Semiconductor and AI chips continue their historic rally and price action. Incredible price action. We had 40 days, 40 days of rally. Incredible. SPY, S&P 500 ETF. This upside down head and shoulders was the technical catalyst. The Iran military conflict, potential negotiations led us into stock market earnings season with tech companies having incredible earnings. And from that low, we went 17%. Incredible. On the weekly chart, I am not seeing any critical bear signs, meaning I'm not seeing shooting star, I'm not seeing evening star or bearish engulfing candle. We could just have a pullback week. It has not happened yet. Anything is possible. Are we outside of the Bollinger Band? We are outside the Bollinger Band, but we're not outside the linear regression. So it's not extreme. The only thing is the stochastic RSI is starting to get overbought on a weekly chart. The daily chart, the RSI is starting to get overbought. But usually where their pullback spot happens is we need to have a pullback on RSI and then the second RSI, second or third RSI overbought level is the top. So we're approaching, I think, the beginning of a pullback. But it's not really happening yet. And the fundamentals are so strong with reportedly CapEx spending for AI of 700 billion plus all the latest new earnings and developments. It's an AI chip semiconductor dream rally. Only thing is we're approaching that R2 resistance around 740 and linear regression. We are in the yellow zone, I'm going to call it. It could keep rallying nonstop. It's definitely possible, but to have a pullback, it has to really poke out of the pierce above the Bollinger Band and perhaps linear regression and then pull back to an EMA. But I really don't think that's going to happen right away because AI chips are so strong. Institutions, hedge funds, traders, retail traders, investors, everyone's just piling into these AI chip names. So eventually it will pull back. We're not probably going to crash like we did. This is not tariffs. This is not Iran conflict, military conflict. This is not inflation situation per se, because the fundamental catalysts just keep coming. Once they stop, I think that's when the pullback's going to happen. Super trend, I do want to bring this up. Super trend, I like to use it. It's a free indicator by TradingView, by the way. It helps me when we start uptrending, that understanding on a daily chart about 2 ATR to 2.5 ATR average true range down is the stop loss. Basically, if I had to just randomly come into the market and if I had to buy SPY right now, I know that I have to have at least a stop loss of 2.3 to 2.5% and try to target 5. And then I need to give that X amount of days to hold. So yes, short-term EMAs can be like a 4-hour or a 1-hour, 12 or 26 or even a 10-day, 9-day EMA. And it's just holding so beautifully. So until we have a 1-hour or 4-hour trend change, it's still in an uptrend until the intraday time frames start breaking down. All right, I'm going to try to go a lot faster this video, but I'm going to do more charts. So let's start off. Let's go QQQ. QQQ on a daily. It's slightly different price action approaching that pivot point. R3 is way up here at 733. It would be interesting to see some kind of large shooting star to get some kind of sell signal, right? Or pullback signal, or it needs to get outside this Bollinger Band, like seriously up here, 730, 750, then maybe we're going to have the pullback up here. So I'm really not going to try to short this at all until we have a large pullback. It's really dangerous because this is partly why I think we're having a melt up, as I think some people were trying to short here and they're getting blown out. For me, I'm just skipping it all and just writing the gains. NASDAQ RSI up here, 85. So again, we might get that small pullback, and then the second RSI might be the sell signal. Weekly chart, it's so strong, but it is getting up here. It's kind of dangerous. Low Bollinger Band to high Bollinger Band, just extremely just exploded. So I'm looking for major volatility. It's above the second linear regression. And if I use, let's just pretend if I use the Anchor View app here, on the bottom of this weekly close, we are above the second deviation. So this is why it's kind of dangerous to enter right now in case there's a small pullback. Dow Jones, is actually not feeling so much love because a lot of tech stocks are actually not in here. We actually had 3 weeks of consolidation sideways. So it's not really looking so bullish for Dow Jones, although the support level is 491 and that resistance level is 500. So getting rejected by 500 2 times in the short term, it's not the end of the market for Dow Jones. But if we ever break below 488, then there's some kind of problem there. I'm just going to go straight to oil. Oil is still in this uptrend, and it's definitely correlated with the Iran military conflict. I can draw a trend line on the bottom here. You can see we're approaching the trend line, which is about 132 to 130. Also, if I put a trend line on the top, you can see that we did hit that resistance 2 times. So there's actually, I just noticed right now, there's a head and shoulders that is forming that could break bearish if we lose the $130 support level to the downside. And that measured move could be 12%. And this probably will be correlated with if the military conflict actually ceases in Strait of Hormuz, if the negotiations pass. Natural gas, remember, natural gas does not always respond that well to technicals. The only thing that I could say right here is maybe there's some kind of upside down head and shoulders. But I do like the squeeze down here. I was going to say, but it's slanted. It's not like this other one here in early March 26. If this is true, because of that squeeze, 9% could be the target. The weather is warmer though, so the demand is questionable there. And these are 2 targets, $12 and $13 from that spot. On a weekly chart, okay, maybe it hit this double bottom spot 2 times around $10, and it is stochastic oversold. But this is natural gas. This is not a tech stock. Let's go to gold, GLD. The only thing I'm interested on gold here is starting to turn into a symmetrical triangle. So people kind of unsure. It looks like the gold traders could go 5 to 10%. If it breaks out 5%, that targets 456. If it breaks down from the midpoint, it'd be about 399. So we're right in kind of that average middle zone. There is a little bit of momentum building, so we'll see if that actually happens or not. SLV, very similar. Trendline support. This actually had the symmetrical triangle breakout already. See if silver can go 5 to 10%, up to 20%, $82. The next level up would probably be something around 76. It could also pull back, but I'm starting to see some of that double momentum. We bounced off that SOXX RSI. It could pull back first down to 73 before attempting to go up. All right, so this week I'm actually going to open up the Mag 7 and semiconductors. I'm going to rapid fire these because they all look kind of similar in terms of chip stocks. Massive, massive rally, just absolutely incredible. Start off here with Google. I'll just do very, very basic support and resistance. Google in an uptrend, support is $388 and resistance $400. Still in this uptrend right now. We are trying to open the indicators in the overbought range on RSI. There's also a MACD double top, so we could pull back. And I'm just saying pullback, saying it could be a small pullback. This is not the top of the market. It's just when we get extreme levels of euphoria, even for me, I'm thinking about as a swing trader, taking some profit as an investor, maybe hedge or just hold. Apple, wonderful news, starting to finally catch up with the rest of the market. And this rounding bottom action, kind of double, triple bottom into the uptrend. Bollinger Band, it is kind of in the upper range. So that's why I'm a little bit concerned. It's also R3. And if, just in my opinion, if retail's maximum invested here or trading, maximum volume, might be time to sell a small portion or put a stop loss if I'm trading. If I'm investing, I just hold. MSFT, Microsoft. Interesting, low stochastic. When we compare that to Apple and Google, they're high stochastic. So Microsoft is a slow laggard. Decent earnings on EPS revenue. They just don't have the AI news, but this could be our high, low, high, higher, low. We could have one more leg up. It's not even high RSI right now. Amazon, Golden Cross. Wow, a lot of news. Earnings surprise of 70%. Incredible. They also had that shipping news about Amazon Logistics going to 1 to 3 hour paid shipping, which is going to be great. Or could be great in theory. See how they actually executes. I might actually try it. I might just order something to see how it works. 76 overbought and on the RSI, hitting that R1 resistance 279, support 269. Meta, actually, unfortunately, still in that death cross, and Meta is not a chip company, and they're just in a low stochastic zone. But be careful here because it's actually not in an uptrend compared to something like Amazon. It's still floating here. So support, if we ever lose 599 and it starts downtrending down, we can have a problem. Tesla actually had decent earnings. And the higher low was there. Higher low, double bottom into a higher high. Market cannot deny 70%. It's amazing. Cannot deny this bull market right now, and it's reaching that RSI trading level. NVDA, the only one company that has not really reported earnings coming out in about 12 days, 2 weeks from now. Only thing I'm seeing here on NVIDIA is, from a price perspective, double top, unless we break out. It's on Friday night close, it's a double top below 270 potential, because last time we had a double top was October 25, but that was the high of Bitcoin. And we're actually not super high on the very high elevated on the stochastic RSI or regular RSI. So this could break above 216, we'll see. But if it doesn't break, we know this super trend V stop is around 210 for that support level. SMH, haven't showed this for a long time. SMH, very similar, uptrending in that upper second deviation. What I'm seeing here is a warning sign on the RSI. I can see the double top on the RSI. losing a little bit of momentum. So we could have a small pullback. And this is my guess. I'm guessing that traders are going to probably pull back or protect their positions, which could trigger a stop loss. Excuse me. Investors, I think, are just going to hold for a year. That's my guess, my educated guess, because if chips and supply and demand still is going to be low supply for a year, and if AI infrastructure is still building, maybe it is prudent and wise to keep holding that investment. But for me as a trader, I'm looking for, okay, where's the pullback and then where's my next entry? Where's my next big entry? AMD went parabolic. AMD parabolic. Cannot deny the magnificent price action of AMD. Beautiful, went from 206, crashed down to 75 at one point. Last time the buy was exactly 1 year ago, April, May. And then from that spot, we're up 300%. The last time to buy was March, where there was that upside down head and shoulders. Now we're in the overbought weekly zone, high RSI and high stochastic RSI. This is danger zone to me. High RSI here in the blue. It's just not high stochastic RSI on the daily. But I don't really want to be entering too much into these levels. Because if I'm really honest, I turn off these indicators. Where was the price value zone? It was way back here. I'm going to draw a yellow box right there on the charts. I'm going to highlight it in blue so people can see the sideways consolidation we had. AMD holding support over 189 USD. Was it random? It was not random. It's holding above the 200 red EMA for 3 months straight with the breakout, with a squeeze, which was huge. Large squeeze all of March, finally broke bullish April 2nd to 3rd, and then we're up. Rallying 100% from that spot. Incredible, with good earnings and market correlation. But do I want to buy at this exact spot here, 455, 460? My answer, personally, according to my strategy, is no. For me, as a daily swing trader, position trader, investor, I don't really want to buy there because I had 3 months to get in at such a great, I'm going to call it a sandwich spot, consolidation spot, Darvis box, whatever indicator I want to call it. It was there was a amazing play, entry, and super trend. But when I hit R3, pivot resistance, and I'm this far outside of the linear regression, this is a blue sky breakout. This is a overbought market condition post earnings. Now, is it going to come down in one day? No. I think the small pullback, the ATR is $22. Trust in the ATR. One ATR is 5%, 10%. I don't think we're crashing 10%. I think maybe at a maximum we'll pull back 5%, and then institutions are just going to keep buying this. That's what I think. INTC Intel, beautiful play. My original first entry was $22 way back here. So again, I'm trying to show people how I do charts and what my style is. I don't try to chase this. I don't chase 124 to 126. I don't do that. My style is I get in early as possible, and then I do nothing in terms of trading or investing. I get in as early as possible, and then I don't do anything. I could keep charting though. That's why I keep doing this YouTube channel. But here on INTC, I remember I was telling people maybe for, I don't know, maybe 6 months that Intel keeps bouncing off of $20 support. And I call this double bottom, this triple bottom, and then even the investment, I was talking about that for multiple videos. So, it's hard to ignore now when it's up 400%, right? 50% made that breakout in September 2025 with the golden cross as well. And then from that breakout, let's just fast forward to April 1st. April 1st to this day, we're up 170% is absolutely phenomenal. We had 1,428% earnings surprise compared to quarter versus quarter. We basically went from negative to positive. Absolutely incredible. Intel, if you built a PC, we know Intel CPUs from 25 plus years ago. But the CEO of the company, they did a really great job apparently on their earnings with the AI deals as well. So again, for me, I have to preface that, I have to explain a lot because people are wondering, why don't I tell people to buy here? Is because my strategy was screaming at me to enter August 24 to August 25. That's 1 year of opportunity entry. It's a lesson for me to even buy more, lesson for me to tell people more. So probably try to do that more next time. But in terms of what's happening right now, overbought RSI, overbought stochastic. It's in a danger zone. Overbought monthly. That's never happened for 8 years. So let's just watch out that we're not buying the top of chip and tech stocks. Personally, for me, in my portfolio, in my actually not my invested portfolio, but my swing trades, I'm trying to take some profit. All right, I might not be able to do all of them, but you can kind of see a lot of these chip stocks like Micron, Qualcomm are very similar. They're at all-time highs for this year or for their company, and it's in a danger zone. Now, Monday might not be the top, but I'm just saying it's incredible. April 1st, there was so much more value than there is right now in terms of risk to reward opportunity. Even in the, I'll just say in the middle right here of SOXX, which is the iShares Semiconductor Fund, is I could have bought the low. If I missed the low, maybe play this breakout. If I missed that, play a pullback, play a mini pullback. But as it gets really high, I just don't want to be buying at those levels. All right, for a trade. Let's go to crypto. Unfortunately, crypto not getting that much love, except for select altcoins. So this will be a shorter segment. Total crypto market cap. Technically, I hate to break the party here, the good news, the euphoria, with some sobering technical charts, is that we're actually technically still death crossed on crypto. So what happened was when Bitcoin and crypto topped here in October 2025 in the blue at $125,000 Bitcoin zone, is actually in hindsight, that was the beginning of the AI tech chip stock rotation investment. And that's around like August, September, October. That's right when a lot of those AI chip reports started coming out about how AI and memory chips, especially in January 26. I remember that day, I think it was January 5. NVDA CEO said that SanDisk, Seagate, Western Digital, PC, hard drive, SSD, legacy companies are required for AI data centers. And so it used to be that NVIDIA GPUs were, the video cards were the most important, and it was. But in the AI data center build out, then we need all components. It's basically a carbon copy clone of a PC. All PC components basically we need for AI data centers, and even more like optical cables, etc. So crypto is not really a part of that. Crypto is not AI chips. It's not AI data centers. So crypto is kind of like the old legacy investment for trading now. That's why we're not seeing that much love unless there's a crash. So what needs to happen for crypto is hopefully the stock market keeps going for a year up. Then we need to break up above 2.8, hold 2.7 and try to golden cross. It's going to take a long time to golden cross on for stock, I mean, for crypto. And we need to go up about 50% for that to happen. Fast forward to Bitcoin. That's what I'm saying, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it was a beautiful volatility February to May, 30% in 3 months. Wonderful. Even the past month, we still went 20% just on that correlation, but we're approaching that 200 EMA of 82,000, then we just got rejected. So what I don't want to happen is this in the blue circle where we tap that resistance and then billionaires realize that, or not realize, but billionaires want to rotate their capital, perhaps institutions, hedge funds, more into AI chip plays or into value stocks, even like software stocks went up as well. Value stocks, anything low. There's even potentially new vaccine or something coming out with Moderna. So it's just really interesting the rotation that's happening, that's happening in the world right now. So for Bitcoin, we need to just hold. And what do I mean by hold or watch out for? Is we know we're death crossed in the long term, but in the shorter term, we're up crossed in that EMA. Super trend is green for now. So my line in the sand is $77,000 Bitcoin, this lower super trend in the green in this arrow. And I'm just going to highlight that in blue. Once we go down and close below that, which is about 3%, then I know we're in trouble. That's about 1.2 ATR. To go double the ATR, we have to go down about 4,000. So we need to see 5% move on Bitcoin. If we close 5% on Bitcoin, then I know we have a problem. Resistance, 82,000. We still could get out of here 90,000 plus, but has a lot of work to do. Crypto is not AI. And there's been reports that potential quantum computers might be able to break the encryption of of Bitcoin. Possibly even AI as well, right? So quantum is the threat. All right, so for Ethereum, we do have a short little resistance here above 2734, support at 2259. XRP finally showing a little bit of steam here, a little bit of support play. I like how it's possibly going to break out. There is that upside down head and shoulders here inside of a symmetrical triangle. If we break out, we could go 13%. Try to get that 161 price action. Binance Coin, can Binance Coin have a double bottom here in the yellow box? 590, see if we could break above 682. Would be wonderful if that actually happens, but it looks like it's making high, low. Could pull back to about 630 before it tries to attempt 680. Solana, and this is the stock market correlation. Right now, right here, you see in the trading view, it says logged 4,100 new developer signups, outpacing Ethereum's 3,700. So Solana's double bottom is just getting started, in my opinion. If we can break above this 92 and go up to about 106, I want to see it hit about 117, but that would mean the entire crypto market has to go up. Now, Zcash is one of the only, I remember telling people about this, I think it was like a month ago, that there is that potential upside down head and shoulders, a triple bottom on Zcash. And lo and behold, the technical analysis worked so great on that we're up 150% from that breakout spot, and there was a golden cross. So there's two times, this is education right here. First off, Zcash was one of the hottest trades of crypto last year to 2025. Yes, a lot of developers quit, and the rumor was the project canceled. But once we get this triple bottom here and this higher low, higher high reversal, there's two spots where I like to enter. I could aggressively enter down at this triple bottom spot with the rising RSI and rising MACD momentum. If I miss that or I'm conservative, then I want to wait for an uptrend, which actually did occur, uptrend reversal. There's also a cup and handle, but it went from downtrend to sideways trend to an uptrend. So then once we golden cross on the 5200 EMA for crypto, if it not, I don't buy up here, but if it breaks down, pulls back to support, that's the second entry. The last good entry I'm going to say is the breakout above the previous high, 375. So I will just mark it. There's entry number 1, entry, I would say number 2 at the golden cross, and then entry number 3, higher high, higher low before it breaks out. Maybe the last risky one is just somebody getting in the middle of that, but I don't want to point that out because somebody could just do that today, and then if it pulls back on them, if stock market crashes, then it's painful loss. So not all cryptos are really popular right now. It's got to be like a meme coin. Dash. I remember saying Dash also had that. I traded Zen, which had this upside down head and shoulder. Monero has a golden cross, but I think it might pull back a little bit more to 383 or 364. But that's something worth noting, that if Zcash does it, maybe the next crypto to do it is Monero. Some smaller coins just had incredible breakouts. Tau with the golden cross. Even Dogecoin, it did have a little bit of rally since last week's video and then pulled back to support, need to hold above 10 cents. Cardano, finally, we get to see a little bit more bullish action above 25 cents. But I still think we could have some short squeezes because, in my opinion, this is my interpretation. If everyone's doing AI, tech, and chips, and if people are shorting crypto because they think it's going to stay down or short down, we could have a short squeeze on Cardano or altcoins. Because I can see nothing's really pierced the 200 EMA in terms of altcoins. So there's still a potential upside if I can deal with that risk. XLM as well, 4 or 5 months of consolidation, that's a potential 20% move if we do break out. So you know what? Instead of just drawing this is what I like to do. Alt A, let's make a alert. I'm going to say every time open-ended alert. If you have a paid TradingView account, I'm going to say this. XLM USD, potential long breakout at 18 cents with a whole bunch of sounds and emails. And my color is kind of dark, but I can see that here. This blue line. That's the way to use it. Ton coin explosive, but I'm not going to chase that because it's pretty lower volume. But it was low stochastic, higher high, higher low, and then there's a big volume buyer here at 29, April 29. You see a lot on the green bar histogram. So that's probably the reason why it exploded up. We're not seeing that here on SHIB, H-bar, SUI. There's no green large volume buyer like on TON. Somebody went crazy here on TON and made the right play. Look at some meme coins. Remember a couple weeks ago we had Ape bouncing off of 15 cents, seeing it's a low stochastic. I think people are distracted right now from some of these other chip stocks. Let's look at Pudgy Penguins, the meme stock here, meme coin. Pudgy Penguins actually hit its 200 EMA, so I'm actually not going to recommend this one because I'm trying to find value for people. But some of these meme coins, they're the ones who already went up first. So I still think some of the top 5 or top 10 altcoins, usually when we have market correlations like this, sometimes if it's going to go euphoria everything up for an extended period of time, I would be looking at Solana, Cardano, XRP, Ripple, Stellar, Dogecoin, SHIB, those types of coins for the next potential play, next rotation. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching so much. Yes, this video was very long, but I'll try to do more companies instead of doing less. I'll just try to keep the videos as short as possible. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a nice rest this weekend, and thank you for watching. If you like this video or learned something, please consider clicking like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's always remember to manage risk, manage emotions. If I'm day trading or swing trading, at least put up some kind of stop loss to guarantee I win whatever I'm trading. Even take partial profits or large stop loss or trailing stop. This is not financial advice. It's just reminding myself as well. Thank you, and see you in the next video.